Dear Ministers, Members of Parliaments and guests, it's a great pleasure to welcome Silvana Koch-Merin and the Women in Parliament's Global Forum participants to Iceland. This important study trip is being organized in cooperation with the Parliament of Iceland, and I am delighted that for the first time it will open its plenary for a conference of an international group of female parliamentarians. The Global Women in Parliament organization is to be congratulated for its effort to build up a network among women in parliaments, the first ever global effort to convene and learn from women members of parliaments around the world. In 1997, I co-founded the Council of Women World Leaders, the first organization to convene women presidents and prime ministers. We know that when women are present at the table, decisions made are better for everyone, for the nation, for the community, and individuals. We also know that for further advancement, women and girls need education, access to healthcare, opportunities to participate fully in economies, and the power that comes with political engagement. Yet women are not fully present in or in receipt of their fair share of resources in many parts of the world. The gender gap have nowhere been eliminated. This applies to all countries, including my own. Organizations that have more women at the top perform better. Countries that provide access to family planning find that families are smaller and healthier, with greater opportunities for all children to have an improved life. Women are also essential to economies. Women entrepreneurs create jobs. Women in micro-enterprises lift families out of poverty. In politics, when women are elected or appointed to positions of influence in critical mass, agendas change, budgets shift, and different issues are raised. I remember the words of the former Prime Minister of Norway, Gro Harlem Brundtland, after she had been the first to achieve gender parity in ministerial appointment. When asked why she had done it, she responded simply but perceptively, "I could not make a wise decision without both men and women advising me." Women in Parliament have reached a record high of 21.8% of parliamentary seats. This is both impressive and cautionary. As John Hendra, UN Women's Deputy Executive Director for Policy and Programs, warned, that at this pace it will take decades to reach gender parity in parliaments. The same is true for business. In OECD countries, less than 3 out of 10 senior managers and 1 out of 10 board members are women. In the European Union, women occupy 33% of the highest level positions in social cultural ministries, but only 22% in the ministries with economic and key strategic functions. Women in parliaments have a great opportunity to shape the policies of a country. To name a few, tax policies for 2-income households, childcare and family leave, domestic violence laws, wage gap legislation. Your voice and action can affect women's lives for the better, along with a great influence on your male colleagues whose support we must have, and friendship. Iceland has been ranked #1 in the World Economic Forum's Global Gender Gap Report for the past 5 years. The women of Iceland are proud of this, and many of the men, of course. We have a long history of strong women advocating for change. Our Women's Day off on October 24th, 1975 is a moment many of us long remember. A large part of the women in Iceland took a day off to emphasize the importance of women's contribution, both in paid and unpaid work. This was a true milestone for our history and for how both men and women saw the value women bring to our society. Iceland has made great progress, but we are not perfect. We too have to work to that. We are ranked first in the world for education attainment, but 7th for the women's in parliament and 22nd for the economic participation. You come to study our successes, but please share with the women you meet here in Iceland your successes. Those of you attending the study trip know the state of the world for women. As parliamentarians and as women leaders in the private sector and civic society, you know change can happen. Change goes from the unthinkable to the impossible to the inevitable. I'm confident that with your efforts and insights and energy, the goal of women's equality will be inevitable. I wish you great success in your visit to Iceland and look forward to the results of this excellent program.